Today we are going to see verse 20 in the chapter 9 of Canto 1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Tato Jayam Udirayet.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, verse 20. Yam manyase matuleyam.
Yam manyase matuleyam.
Priyam mitram sukruttamam.
Priyam mitram suhritanam.
Akaro sachivam dutam.
Akaro sachivam dutam.
Sukhrudhad athasarathim.
Sohredad athasarathim.
Yam manyase matuleyam.
Yam
manyase matuleyam.
Priyam mitram sukhruttamam.
Priyam mitram suhrittamam.
Akharo sachivam dutam.
Akaro sachivam dutam.
Sauhrudad athasarathim.
Sohredad athasarathim.
Yam manyase matuleyam.
Yam
manyase matuleyam.
Priyam mitram sukhruttamam.
Priyam mitram suhrittamam.
Akharo sachivam dutam.
Akaro sachivam dutam.
Sauhrudad athasarathim.
Sohredad athasarathim.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace Avai Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Synonyms. Yam, the person.
Yam, the person.
Manyase, you think.
Manyase, you think.
Matuleyam, maternal cousin.
Matuleyam, maternal cousin.
Priyam, very dear.
Priyam, very dear.
Mitram, friend.
Mitram, friend.
Sukhruttamam, ardent well-wisher.
Suhrittamam, ardent well-wisher.
Akaro, executed.
Akaro, executed.
Sachivam, counsel.
Sachivam, counsel.
Dutam, messenger.
Dutam,
messenger.
Sauhrudat, by goodwill.
Sohredad, by goodwill.
Atha, thereupon.
Atha, thereupon.
Sarathim, charioteer.
Sarathim, charioteer.
Translation, please repeat after me. O king.
O king.
That personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin.
That personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin.
Your very dear friend.
Your very
dear friend.
Well-wisher. Counselor. Messenger. Benefactor, etc.
Benefactor, etc.
is that very personality of Godhead Sri Krishna.
Is
Is
the very
that very
personality of
personality of
Godhead Sri
Godhead Sri
Krishna.
Krishna?
Good.
Perfect. Lord Sri Krishna, although acting as the cousin, brother, friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc. of the Pandavas, was still the supreme personality of Godhead. Out of his causeless mercy and favor upon his unalloyed devotees, he performs all kinds of services. But that does not mean that he has changed his position as the absolute person. To think of him as an ordinary man is the grossest type of ignorance.
Hari Om Tat Sat Om Gyanati Brandasi Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swamini Ete Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatadhamadhaya Nagaragramadharini Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyabhade Paschatyade Satharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Hare Gopal Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Mukham Karodi Vachalam Pangun Langayate Giri Matripatama Munde Sri Gurum Dinatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So this is very beautiful. Beautiful means very, very beautiful words. How Bhishma Deva as an authority. But that's why Bhishma Deva is Mahajan. The Mahajan is one who knows that not only that Krishna is the personality of Godhead, but in whatever form Krishna comes, whenever he comes, they identify him. They identify him. That is called authority. It is not that just knowing Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead with float in his hand, a two-handed form, very beautiful. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. But when he incarnates or when he himself comes, they distinctly identify. Just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, nobody could understand. But the pure devotees, they have identified. He is the original Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not just an incarnation. He is the avatar ceremony, is the ceremony of all the incarnations, crest jewel of all the incarnations. Like that Krishna, he is not an incarnation. He is the original personality of Godhead. So that is understood by all the authorities. Even Kunti Maharani was able to understand, and in his prayer we saw that how she has identified and revealing the identity of Krishna. So very beautifully here, Bhishma is declaring as an authority. Of course, Arjuna knows, and Arjuna also told Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. He also identified, but Arjuna was put under illusion by Krishna for us. And so initially he was just thinking him as a friend. And then later he said, oh, Yadava, Madhava, Keshava, I was calling you all these things and I was just be with you as a friend, but you are the supreme personality of Godhead. So I committed a lot of mistakes. Please forgive me. All these things Arjuna was asking after he realizes he's the supreme personality of Godhead. But here Bhishma, he knew very well from day one that Krishna is the original personality supreme has come here. And actually Bhishma also came for him only. And so he is declaring it here authoritatively, boldly, that, O king, that personality whom out of ignorance you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, and so on and so forth. So he is very the personality of God, Krishna. So here he is telling, so Krishna, that is the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna is so kind and so affectionate and very merciful. His mercy is exhibited in when he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has given the prem without any discrimination as to who is qualified or who is not qualified. To one and all, he has distributed, and he empowered them to further distribute the same. He kept the Krishna Prem, just like for Narottam Das Thakur in Padma River, he has handed over Padma River, that love of Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Padma, and he told Padma River, when Narottam Das will come, you hand over this to him. So Padma River personified, she asked the Lord, how will he identify? There are so many devotees coming and bathing in this river. How will he identify he is Narottam? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when he touches your water, the water will rise, stay high. Then immediately she said, okay. And she was waiting and waiting and waiting. Later, Narottam Das took birth. And then he came as a small boy. He was black in color. He was black in color, and he came to this Padma River. As soon as he heard, he was somehow he escaped and came from the house. They were arresting, they were putting, because the horoscope people, they have told Narottam's parents, who was king. Narottam was a prince. He has an younger brother also. But Narottam was not interested in anything. So the horoscope people, they told, this person has very dangerous in water, so don't allow him to any water. So like that they said. So they kept him away from water. But actually the water is the one which is going to give him Krishna Prem. And astrologer told like that. But somehow in one of the function, when they took, what is the function? So from there he slipped off, small boy, and he went to the Padma River. And went into the Padma River. When he heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Krishna Prem for him, and he just jumped into the Padma River. Immediately the water raised sky high. Padma, the personified Padma River, has understood, wow, Narottam Das Thakur has come. So immediately she came and delivered the Krishna Prem to him. And as soon as she delivered Krishna Prem to him, Lord Chaitanya has entered in the body of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. So he is one of the Acharya in our parampara. And Narottam Das Thakur body has changed into golden color immediately. And the parents are coming and searching here and there. They searched, but they could not identify. They came at the bank of the Padma River. There is Bhajan Stali. So there this small boy was sitting. So they were searching and searching and searching. And they could not recognize their own son because he turned into so beautiful and golden color. And when they came, this boy have identified mother. So they turned, oh, who are you? I am Narottam. So it was very, very, very wonderful. And then they took care of him. And so like that, Lord Chaitanya is so merciful. And the same Lord Chaitanya, so affectionate, that is the kindness and the mercy of Krishna, mercy personified of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, unlimitedly merciful. He has left the Krishna Prem for all of us in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in such a way that after Apna Sartha Karo Karo Paropakara, you take this Krishna consciousness and then you give it to others. This is the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he has handed over this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When you receive it from the bona fide souls, you will get Krishna Prem, and you also should become bona fide, and you should also distribute to others. So, Amara Agya Tharaye Sare Guru. Thare Guru Sare. So he said. So that is my order, that first you become Krishna conscious, and secondly, you become Guru and give this Krishna consciousness to others. So this is the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya. And so Srila Prabhupada has perfectly obeyed that order. And he has accepted this from bona fide disciplic succession, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this Krishna Prem, and he has gone and distributed to the whole world. And Srila Guru Maharaj has received as one of the receptor of the Krishna Prem from Prabhupada, and he in turn is distributing, without any cessation. He's still doing it. Now he's also traveling, Malaysia, here, there, wherever he goes, he's initiating and, giving that Krishna Prem and Guru's mood and vibration through Hare Krishna Mahamantra to, unlimited souls. So much association is giving, is continuously, restlessly, without cessation is performing. So this is the beauty of that. So Krishna is very kind. He acted as the driver of Arjuna. He acted as son for Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. He allowed her to bound him with the rope. So these are all the wonderful feats of Krishna, that it does not challenge his supremacy, or it is not that when he is subdued by the pure love and affection, bhakti, bhaktyamam abhijanati, through bhakti, when he is subdued, that does not, challenge his supremacy, or that does not bring him subordinate. But he enjoys, that's another mellow that Krishna enjoys. He is ready to hand over himself in the hands of a pure devotee. And he doesn't mind if the pure devotee distributes Krishna to anybody and everybody, he will go. Because pure devotee, he has already subdued by the pure devotee's pure devotion. So only a pure devotee can give Krishna to one and all. So that is the reason in the Acharya Parampara, the pure devotee is training us up, first of all. Try to understand what you are going to hold. It is not something ordinary. It is not something extraordinary. It is not something achievable in any of the millions of universes. It is not achievable even in Vaikuntha. It is not achievable by any Acharya Parampara or any incarnations. It is something rare that no words to express, that nobody has achieved it. And that thing they are distributing to one and all here. We must at least appreciate that, okay, there's something that was never ever given to anybody in any material universes. Even in Vaikuntha, it was not available. That thing he is giving. Lakshmi ji, who is the Vaikuntha consort, eternal consort of Narayana, she is doing tapasya still in Vrindavan for a long time to get the association of Krishna. And here, he comes in hand. She doesn't even utter the name of her husband, because he's husband. Then how can she get Krishna Prem? So Krishna orders to call his name. So the holy name in which Krishna himself is available is Krishna Prema is available. And that is distributed freely by the acharyas like Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada here now. And we are very, very fortunate to receive. But we should be able to appreciate that. What he has given has never been witnessed even by anybody, and we are just experiencing it. So we must be prepared to accept it. And then through bona fide spiritual master, when we receive this takes us directly Goloka Vrindavan only, beyond all the Vaikuntha planets, beyond the Dwaraka, beyond Mathura. This is something very ultimate that nobody has witnessed or nobody has seen or experienced. Even Brahma and Shiva cannot get. So such a wonderful thing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is the mercy personified of Lord Krishna, because out of causeless mercy of Krishna, he favors upon unalloyed devotees. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful that even to non-devotee has given this and, made them a devotee. With the Nityananda Prabhu's mercy and Advaita Acharya's mercy, this has worked very greatly. Jagai and Madai pastime is very famous. We denote them and we are obliged to offer our obeisances unto them, because nobody can commit as much sinful activities as they have committed, and they can turn into a devotee within no time. And you can see that what is the speak of us? We must immediately give up all kind of anarthas and then completely surrender unto the holy name, unto Guru, and then take this to the heart and soul. Then we can really see that how Krishna plays with you in your personal life. Because Krishna is so sublime. We are telling Jivera Swarupaya Nitere Krishna Das, we are the servant of Krishna. I am making a theoretical statement and thinking that, okay, I am servant of Krishna. But practically, you see, when you become a devotee of Krishna, who is serving here? It is Krishna who performs all kinds of menial services. All kinds of menial services he's doing. Even when we're in the forgotten state, our conditioned state also, Krishna as a Paramatma, he's sanctioning all the desire, is witnessing that what you desire so that he can give you appropriate body and fulfill your desire. That much caring that he is giving, even the material plane, and he's also advising, please don't get entangled. Please don't get entangled. I want you to go back home. So much is advising, but we are ignorantly, we are rejecting, we are rebelling against him and wandering after the material sense gratification. And still he's giving a chance, okay, so be it, get enjoyed, and then you come back. So he's waiting and waiting and waiting as a Paramatma, witnessing and sanctioning all our desires and creating situations to enjoy the desires. Though we forget the desire, he doesn't forget. Now, like Arjuna, he said, there was never a time I, you, and all these kings did not exist, nor there will be a time when they cease to exist. But, we have been together from time immemorial. You have forgotten, I have not forgotten. That is the difference between me and you. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, very beautifully. So even though we desire and we forget the desire before even yielding the result, but Krishna as a Paramatma remembers that desire and he selects the appropriate body for you, and then he gives you the body, and then he sanctions the desire. Come on, go and enjoy. You wanted to enjoy this. He reminds us that enjoyment, and he gives that enjoyment, even in the material plane. So that is the, kindness of Krishna. So we must at least be, if not able to understand, be grateful to, show some gratitude towards this particular wonderful activities of Krishna. So we should be able to sublime, and actually we are the servant of him, and he is serving us even in the conditioned state. And what to speak of liberated state? In the liberated state, Krishna is performing all kind of service out of affection, out of love. He enjoys being a servant of his devotee than being the master of devotee. This we have seen in every pages of Bhagavad Gita as well as Srimad Bhagavatam. Everywhere we have seen. He is making Arjuna famous. He is making Yudhishthira the king. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And you see how much he is taking pleasure when he came and killed Kamsa. He didn't take over. He has made Ugrasena the king. So this is the beauty of Krishna, that he gives always all the credits to his devotees, and he wants to see his devotees are ruling the world. His devotees are everywhere ruling. That is what Krishna likes to see, and he wants to serve them in all respects. This is a very wonderful, unique quality that nobody can even understand, because within our experience is that master-servant relationship is very mechanical. Even between mother and son also, though it is the best example available in the material world, it's still she has an expectation from her son in the future. No, but Krishna had no any kind of expectation. He just wants to see you happy. He just wants to see you blissful. He just wants to see you fully enjoying, and he's ready to do any kind of service. And what we give, other than bhakti, we don't have anything to give, because everything already belongs to Krishna, including this material body. Everything belongs to Krishna, but we can give bhakti. That love we can share with him. So we are sharing this love with all those who don't want it, all those who is not respecting it to the full extent, all those who is rejecting us. Why? What is the foolishness? Because we must understand our fault here and convert, divert, or dovetail all the love and affection towards Krishna. Then automatically everybody will love us naturally. But if you try to love someone, then they will not love us to the extent that you expect, nor you can give love to the extent that they expect, because everybody wants unalloyed love. But that can be possible only when you love Krishna. Like our Guru Maharaj is a living example. Because he loves Krishna, everybody loves him. You see, even the atheist loves him, enemies loves him, friends loves him, Dhira, Adhira, Janapriya, Priyakaro. So he's very dear to all the Dhiras and Adhiras. Of course, he has no enemies, but then somebody out of envy is treating him as enemies, out of envy, even they like him. This is the beauty of a pure devotee, an allied devotee. And Krishna is always there to serve him. It is not like Lakshmi is standing at the doorstep, all the muktis are standing at the doorstep of the devotee, please give us a chance to serve you. No, Krishna enters into their life and body and serves them in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the form of so many forms. So this is the beauty of the love reciprocation from Krishna that you get. So thinking of him as an ordinary man, even a guru as an ordinary man, is the grossest type of ignorance. That's a great offense to consider Krishna or guru as an ordinary person. And what to speak of considering and envying him and disobeying him is the worst case scenario, because very rarely, not even rarely, it's an impossible thing. Such a guru we have got, such a mantra we have got, such a process of bhakti we have got, such knowledge of Krishna and his dharma we have got. So we should not just take it as information. We must dwell into that, and we must drown into the ocean of this love for God. That is the purpose of very life. Every moment should be converted into increasing that love by dint of performing devotional service out of affection, love, spontaneous devotional service. The moment you touch the spontaneous devotional service, then you will start appreciating that what is this that we have got actually, and what all these devotees and Krishna are. We'll be able to really appreciate that. And that can be done only when we come across the Anartha Nivritti Marga. Anartha Nivritti Marga begins the moment you take initiation from spiritual master till the time you are in the Bhajana Kriya state, chanting 16 rounds and strictly following 4 regulative principles, reading Srila Prabhupada books, preaching and eating prasadam. So with this, you are in the Bhajana Kriya state, accepting sadhu sangha. And next is the spiritual master. So bona fide spiritual master, you accept, you get initiated. As soon as you initiated, despite the Bhajana Kriya becomes a byproduct, and you are mainly put onto the platform of Anartha Nivritti Marga by the Guru. And in the Anartha Nivritti Marga, initially you may be doing few mistakes, and he's taking all the reactions so that you can, free flow, you can just progress in spiritual life. He's sacrificing that. And then as soon as you come to the Anartha Nivritti Marga, you should be very serious in Krishna consciousness, that you should stop all the speculation, first of all, mental speculation. That is the greatest Anartha we have. Stop the mental speculation, stop the materialistic interpretation, stop every Anarthas, all the bad habits to be given up. Because by the time we are getting initiated, we already come out of all the gross mistakes by following 4 regulative principles. So at least we are safe. We cannot commit sinful activities once we follow the 4 regulative principles strictly. But then beyond that, there are so many anarthas. After become sinless, you have so many anarthas we have that we have to come out of it. And for that, Guru is praying every day, and he is empowering us, energizing us, engaging us in the devotional service. And with all the more submissiveness and attentiveness, we must take advantage of all such things that are offered by Guru Maharaj, and we should progress gradually. Progress means come out of the Anartha Nivritti Marga. It is your choice that you come out of the Anartha Nivritti Marga to Nishta stage, whether in one lifetime or many lifetime or just a second or in a day or two. Choice is yours. Prabhupada said, this moment you can become Krishna conscious. So the moment you are out from the Anartha Nivritti Marga, you are Krishna conscious. Then you can consider, okay, this is Krishna consciousness, because you are Nishta, you are fixed up. And after fixed up, automatically you will get the taste for chanting the holy name of the Lord, Ruchi. Ruchi and Asakti will follow automatically. You'll be attracted to Krishna, his Leela, his activities. This Srimad Bhagavatam will, it would be the most intoxicant thing that you cannot give up this Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya book. That is called Nishta and Ruchi. When you chant the holy name, you cannot stop at 16 rounds. You want to chant 64,000 rounds because you can't stop it even if you want it. That is called Ruchi. And at that stage only you are entering into the Anubhava and Bhava stage. And in the Anubhava and Bhava stage, you should be very, very careful that Maya is very powerful. Even in the Bhava stage, there is a chance to fall. Just like Vilvamangal Tagore and Jadabara, they all fall from the Bhava stage because Maya is very, very powerful at the time of Bhava, the final test of Maya we have to pass. And at that stage, Maya means just forgetting Krishna, nothing else, because you are not attracted to anything material anyway. But forgetting Krishna is still there. That is where Rupa Goswami has taught us, and Prabhupada has propagated and taught us that 2 things you have to do. One is Always remember Krishna. Second is never forget Krishna. This both should be there. Now in the Baba stage, you will always remember Krishna, but there is a tendency to forget Krishna. And that is called Maya at the Baba stage. Baba stage Maya is very powerful and very this thing. And it is not sex or it is not a material or anything, but it is forgetting Krishna. So you have to be very careful when you enter into the Baba stage, and then you will get into prema. As soon as you get into prema, you don't need to worry about Maya. Maya cannot attest that guarantee is given. Only in prema stage, one will never ever fall. There is no chance of falling. There is no chance of forgetting Krishna. So there you are completely situated every moment and beyond. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. It is that personality who is called unalloyed pure devotees, and Krishna would like to serve that particular person in that position. All kind of menial services he wants to render. Krishna doesn't like to leave the devotee. That is the status of the pure Mahabhava. After the Krishna Prema, you get into Mahabhava stage where Krishna never ever leaves you. And Krishna wants to serve you. What hankering now you are having to serve Krishna, that hankering you will see in Krishna to serve the pure devotee. This is the beauty of loving exchange between Krishna and his devotees. So we'll go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, verse 21. Sarvatmana samadrisho
Sarvatmana samadrisho
hi advayasyanaham krite
advayasya ahankrite
tatkritam ati vaishamyam
tatkritam mati vaishyamyam
miravadyasya nakvachet.
nirvadyasya nakvachit
Sarvatmana samadrisho
sarvatmana samadrisho
hi advayasyanaham krite
hi advayasyana ahankrite
tatkritam ati vaishamyam
tatkritam mati vaishyamyam
niravadyasya nakvachet.
nirvadyasya nakvachit
Sarvatmana samadrisho
sarvatmana samadrisho
hi advaya shyana hankrite
advayasya ahankrite
tatkritam mati vaishamyam
mati vaishyamyam
niravadyasya na kvachit.
nirvadyasya nakvachit.
Synonyms. Sarva Atmana, of one who is present in everyone's heart.
Sarva Atmana, of one who is present in everyone's heart.
Samadrisha, of one who is equally kind to one and all.
Samadrisha, of one who is equally kind to one and all.
He certainly.
He certainly.
Advayasya, of the absolute.
Advayasya, of the absolute.
Anahankrite, free from all material identity of false ego.
Anahankrite, free from all material identity of false ego.
Tatkritam, everything done by him.
Tatkritam, everything done by him.
Mati, consciousness.
Mati, consciousness.
Vaishamyam, differentiation.
Vaishamyam, differentiation.
Niravadyasya, freed from all attachment.
Nirvadyasya, freed from all attachment.
No, never.
No, never.
Kvachit, at any stage.
Kvachit, at any stage.
Translation, please repeat after me. Being the absolute personality of Godhead,
Being the
absolute personality of Godhead,
he is present in everyone's heart.
He is present.
present in everyone's heart.
He is equally kind to everyone.
He is equally
He
kind
is
to
equally kind to everyone.
And he is free from the false ego of differentiation.
And he is
And he is free from the false ego of differentiation.
Therefore,
Therefore,
whatever he does is free from material inability.
whatever he does is free from material inability.
He is equibalanced.
he
He
is
is balanced.
Purport.
Purport.
Purpose.
Because
Continue.
he is absolute, there is nothing different from him. He is Kaivalya. There is nothing except him. Everything and everyone is the manifestation of his energy, and thus he is present everywhere by his energy. Being non-different from it, the sun is identified with every inch of the sun rays and every molecular particle of the rays. Similarly, the Lord is distributed by his different energies. He is Paramatma, or the Super Soul, present in everyone as the supreme guidance, and therefore he is already the chariot driver and counsel of all living beings. When he, therefore, exhibits himself as chariot driver of Arjuna, there is no change in his exalted position. It is the power of devotional service only that demonstrates him as the chariot driver or the messenger. Since he has nothing to do with the material conception of life, because he is absolute spiritual identity, there is for him no superior or inferior action. Being the absolute personality of Godhead, he has no false ego, and so he does not identify himself with anything different from him. The material conception of ego is equibalanced in him. He does not feel, therefore, inferior by becoming the chariot driver of his pure devotee. It is the glory of the pure devotee that only he can bring about service from the affectionate Lord.
ओम ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुश्रोत्रमीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मुगं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो आचार्यपादाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So being the absolute personality of Godhead, so he is present in everyone's heart. He is equally kind to everyone and he is free from the false ego of differentiation. Therefore, whatever he does is free from material inability. He is equibalanced. Here, how Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, and he is certainly different from the conditioned souls. Okay, so this Mayavadis and all, they say that the Lord has come under Maya. So, but here Bhishma Dev is proving that how Krishna is supreme absolute. So his absolute qualities are exhibited and is being described by Bhishma Dev here. The first thing is he is present in everyone's heart and he is equally kind to everyone. We have an equivalent verse in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is not partial. Very easily we can understand. What is that? What is that? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. I am present in everyone's heart, not that only in devotee's heart. Some people say Krishna is present in devotee's heart. Of course, Krishna is dear to them and they are dear to Krishna. That is one thing. But otherwise, Krishna, and scientifically seeing, is present in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. And what kind of relationship? Okay, in everybody's heart, Krishna is there. And if the person is acting as atheist or an enemy or an asura, then he behaves differently, or does he behave differently? Or when somebody is very favorable, what is happening here? They are very good person or something. He is partial? No. So, apart from being present in everyone's heart, he is also equally kind to everyone. Suhridam sarvabhutanam. So sarvabhuta, not just specific persons, is not partial to anybody, because all the living entities are part and parcel of him, and the external energy is separated, binna prakritir ashtata, separated energy. So he's free from false ego of differentiation. In material world, conditioned souls, not liberated souls, conditioned souls, they discriminate each other like, I am great, you are low, I am young, you are old, I am beautiful, you are ugly, I am tall, you are short, I am something, I am American, you are Indian, I am an elephant, you are a dog. In this way, I support only elephants, I won't support the dog, I'll kill all the dogs. In this way, there is an enmity or differentiation created in the material world. We don't see everybody as jiva. So what is the reason for this differentiation? Is the bodily concept of life. Bodily concept, despite the body is temporary, and we are very clearly seeing our grandfather dying, father dying, grandmother dying, great-grandmother died. In this way, we are continuously seeing people dying, but still we are so strongly believing that we will not die, and our parents will not die, or our relatives will not die. So when says suddenly he died, suddenly nobody is dying, suddenly everybody is living. That is the truth. Padam padam, Prahlad Maharaj is telling, Pradam padam yatvipatam natesha. Every step there is danger in this material world. Every step. Padam padam yatvipatam natesha. So there is a danger in every step, that death may come any time. And we were again and again preaching this truth to everybody, and people doesn't want to hear about death. Why you are talking about death? Speak something auspicious. Why can't you say that I will live? I will say that you will live, then you will die, then which is the truth? You are not prepared. You are not prepared. In the college, they announce, okay, you are going to have an exam at the end of the semester. Why you are telling all these inauspicious things? Don't tell me I have an exam. Then the exam comes. Why you didn't tell me before? I would have prepared. That will be the question. So similarly, the death is inevitable and it is there. So in the material world, in the bodily concept of life, any differentiation which is happening is based on bodily concept of false ego. So clear definition of false ego has to understood by Shastra. Sometimes I see that in some lectures and other things, they use the word, oh, he has so much false ego. Why? He's not obedient to you. He's not listening to your statement. Then you say that he has so much false ego. So whatever in material world, they use the word, but that is different from the word here in Shastra. Like Prabhupada gives a very profound internal original meaning of ahankar. That is wrong identity. Ego means identity. All by himself. All by himself is called ego. And false ego means wrongly identifying yourself is called false ego. I identify myself with body. I am woman, I am man, I am dog, cat, Indian, something, some identification I see by myself based on the temporary body. Despite we see that everybody is dying and the body is temporary, but we are seeing the false ego based on. So we should understand the exact meaning of false ego in Prabhupada is giving, and also Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving the definition of false ego. One who is identifying himself with the body is called false ego, bodily concept of life. That is false ego, not that somebody is not listening to your words or you will give very super advice, thinking for you it will be golden advice, for him it will be irritating advice. So you may not take it. Then you may think, okay, he is false ego. No, the word which is used, for example, the word we call conscious is used in the material world. Oh, he has become unconscious. So, but Prabhupada is mentioning consciousness is the symptom of the soul. So if the soul is in the body, there is consciousness, like there is blood circulation happening and the warmth is there. You can see that the metabolic activities are going on, even if somebody faints. So why can't they use the word fainting? That person fainted. But they use the word unconscious. So Prabhupada is saying the jada, all the material or unconscious, but a living entity has taken a body, that is also jada, body is also jada only. But because the living entity is inside, there is a consciousness. Even in that sleeping state, even if he has fainted, the consciousness is still present. A person has fainted and they are putting water in the face. Then he is coming out of the faintliness. Fainting. So that means, oh, you say, okay, he was unconscious, then he came to consciousness. This is doctors and all use this word. So but Prabhupada is using in a different way. Same way, the ego or false ego, which generally in material world we use the word false ego. Oh, that Prabhuji has got so much false ego. No, he is proud. You can say he is proud. Or some other reason, you won't say that. Even if a devotee is proud, we want to point it out. Let him be proud. And he will fall down anyway. If he is junior to us, certainly, and if he is ready to listen, he has come in a very flexible way, then we can say, Prabhu, I feel that this is, you can just change a little bit, like not good for you. Like this, when they are coming for welfare, we can just tell. Generally, criticizing is not appreciated. But when you're preaching, when you see the juniors, when simply they are coming from material world and they have all this anarthas. So when we say that, we are not trying to remove the anartha because that is not possible. The bhakti will remove, the devotional service will remove anartha nivritti. Everyday chanting will remove the anartha. But we have to point out that is an anartha so that that person doesn't like that. For example, if somebody is smoking cigarette, and we say that it's really bad, it shouldn't be done. But that doesn't matter that you can chant Hare Krishna now. It's okay, you chant now. So chanting, he will leave the cigarette because an intention to leaving will be there. But at the same time, by our words, he won't leave. By our words, he leaves, then again it will come. But by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he'll leave. Leaving because of my words, then there is a problem. So the Cheto Darpanam is done by the... So we have to induce them somehow to perform devotional service. Somehow or other make them chant Hare Krishna. Somehow or other perform some devotional service. Damodar month is coming. Somehow or other involve people in showing Krishna. You can arrange a beautiful, you can arrange a beautiful Damodar program in your house and invite whoever, wherever residents. You may be staying in a hostel or in a, you may be staying some PG or you may stay in some house. You all have a residence, you all have neighbors. So if you get a nice item to eat, it is not that alone I will sit and eat. You distribute to others who are nearby. Same way, just make a nice program. And just in the evening, just get, if you cannot cook, fruits are available. Something which can be easily, immediately distributed. Some chuda or some rice or something simple. If you can make sweets, it's okay. If you cannot make, then always fruits are there. You can cut it into small pieces and then make like a fruit salad and give them some prasadam. And then what you do is you just invite them to show the lamp, arrange lamps. How many ever people, maybe if you call 30, 40 houses or 10, 20 houses, at least 10, 20 people will come. Then let them show the lamp in a table, arrange beautifully some Radha Madhav picture or whatever is in your altar, you take and keep there, arrange nicely and give them all a small mud lamp. Mud lamp is abundantly available. If you don't have mud lamp, only one lamp you have, the same lamp everybody can show. Three times, make everybody stand in a line, come and give the lamp to Krishna and then thank them very much for that. And you sing Damodar Ashtagam or put the Damodar Ashtagam in the music box. Some you put it in your mobile, or if you have a music system, let the Damodar Ashtagam go on. If possible, you can just give a small narration about what is Damodar month. If not, no problem. It is a Diwali celebration. You can say it's a Diwali celebration and give them some Diwali sweets. Offer it to the Lord, have prasadam and give it to them. Somehow or other, engage them in Krishna consciousness. So this is the secret. So let us go here, and let us see what Bhishma Dev is describing about absoluteness. What is absoluteness? So already we have been discussing what is absolute and what is relative. Relative in material world is full of duality. I love somebody, I hate somebody. So here in Bhagavad Gita, there is a complete Me Priyaha. There is a chapter, I think 12th or 14th, 12th chapter, where Krishna is telling who is dear to him, devotional service. 12th chapter is devotional service. So he is explaining me, dear, dear, dear. If you see, look into it, the one who is not eating too much or eating too less. The one who is not doing too much or too less, or he is telling the person beyond duality. So material world, I like it, I don't like it. So when we are eating, say that, no, I don't like it, but I like it. But very simple, what does a devotee like? A devotee likes prasadam. If it is properly offered with good consciousness, Krishna prasadam, a devotee likes. That's it, simple. So especially when it is established deities by acharyas and all, we are getting Mahaprasadam, we are getting Guru Maharaj Mahaprasadam, we like so much. So this is in absolute, because there is only one thing. But if you take material world, I like it, I don't like it, I'd like it, so much will be there. So, but in absolute world, Krishna, a spiritual world, everything is absolute. So Krishna is fully absolute. So there is nothing different from him. He is Kaivalya. There is nothing except himself. Because if you see what is existing, other than Krishna, nothing is existing. How? Krishna is Bhagavan. And the light which is coming out of his body is Brahman. And he has many expansions. He has first expansion is Balram, then Chaturvyoga expansions, Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, like this. And then from them further incarnation, Vasudeva, then again Narayana, then again Chaturvyoga. In this way, so many expansion. Then comes your Mahavishnu, then Garbhodara Sai Vishnu, then Kshirodhara Sai Vishnu. Then Kshirodhara Sai Vishnu is further expanding into Paramatma. That is the last expansion. In every atom and in everybody's heart. So there is nothing except Krishna in that feature, in expansion feature. Okay, then what else you have? You have incarnations like Narsimha, Vamana, Rama. In this way, many incarnations. Krishna has come as Varaha, and unlimited incarnations like oceans. We saw the first canto, 42 incarnations listed. And it is further mentioned unlimited incarnations like the waves in the ocean. So all the incarnations are Krishna's kala. Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So Krishna is Bhagavan Swayam, but he has many kalas. Partial. He is showing partial glory of himself in some expansions and incarnations. Okay. So everything is Krishna only, including Balarama and further Narayana, Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Vishnu. All Vishnu forms, everybody is Krishna. Okay, fine. Then what about the others? You are saying that nothing except himself. So that means very simple. What is that? He has three energies. He has unlimited energies, actually speaking. He has unlimited energies. And that is divided into major three categories, three energies: external energy, internal energy, and marginal energy. It is Krishna's energy, and Krishna is energetic. So energies take female forms, whereas his incarnations and expansions take male forms. We say Purusha. Purusha incarnations. Vishnus are all Purushas. Like they show the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. Whereas the Shakti show the servantship. So internal energy is represented by Srimati Radharani. And of course, we have Haladini Shakti, Samdini Shakti, Samvit Shakti. There are many Neela Shakti, Bhu Shakti, Neela Shakti, Sri Shakti. In this way, multiple energies, but they are all categorized under internal energy. And spiritual world, the entire spiritual world is made of this. And then he has marginal potency, unlimited jivas. They are all Krishna's marginal potency, Tatastha Shakti. And we are all actually connected with Krishna, but we have forgotten, that's it. And all this Shakti will serve Krishna in a servital mood, mostly represented by Sri, lady, female. We are not Krishna, but we are Krishna's energy. But we have got the similar quality of Krishna, Satsidananda. So marginal energy. And the third energy is external energy. That is Jada Shakti. There are many, many unlimited under that and represented by Durga. Represented by one personality, Durga. External energy is represented by Parvati or Durga. And internal energy is represented by Srimati Radharani. And then from Radharani comes many expansions like Lakshmi's, Ashtalakshmi. There are many. Lakshmi Sahasra Sadak Samprama Sevyamanam, we say Sahasra Sada. Sahasra Sada. Thousands, 100, lakhs and lakhs of Lakshmis are there. They are all expansions. Even the Ashtasakis are expansions of Radharani. So in this way, all those Shakti, Andaranga Shakti expansions, you see, like all consorts of Narayana, Vishnu, all are actually expansions of Srimati Radharani. She is the source, Adi, like Govindam Adi Purusha. Same way, Adi. Purusha incarnations are all coming from Adi Krishna. So in this way, there is only one thing exists, that is only one person exists, that is Krishna. But all his energies are personalities. That is the sweetness. They have their individuality and their personalities. If he wants, he can shrink them within. One best example is when Krishna was there, he wanted to experience Andaranga Shakti. What Andaranga Shakti is undergoing. That experience he wanted to have, so he became Gauranga. So we saw that Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahiyanya. So Krishna and Balram Hailo Nitai. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came. So that is Krishna himself. Krishna not different. So there is only one Purusha, one personality, one Bhagavan Krishna. Sometimes, right, most of the times, he is using a Shakti and performing Leela with the energies is performing. Andaranga Shakti is giving pleasure, giving potency. And it's also bewildering the Jivas. And Bahiranga, that is called Yogamaya. And Bahiranga Shakti, the external energy, is also bewildering energy. And the conditioned souls are put within that. But still, because of the association of pure devotees who are empowered by Andaranga Shakti, another Jiva association, that Sangha Sanjayate Kama. By association, you get what you need to get. Whom you associate with defines whom you become. The Kama, the desires of the heart is arising from the association. It's very dangerous. So, internal energy association we will get when we associate with pure devotee. When we associate with why Asat Sanga Tyaga is mentioned everywhere. Just leave this because the Sangat Sanjayate Kama, whom you associate, then your desires in the heart will arise based on their association. Even if there is a pure devotee, he is speaking. So we listen, he may speak a normal word. Okay, where did you buy this t-shirt, this, that. Then if you have any karma on that, it will go away. And attachment for Krishna will still come. That is the power of pure devotee. So we cannot judge a pure devotee who is spiritual master, who has proved to be a worthy disciple and executed Krishna consciousness. So other than that, generally, so this is, so if you see, there is nothing other than Krishna. Krishna is a personality. Bhagavan, one Bhagavan, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Vritya. There is only one Ishvara, that is Krishna. Everybody is servant, including his expansions like Vishnu forms. Also, his energies like Andaranga Shakti, Bhagiranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. Everybody is servant of Krishna only. Ekala Ishvara. Only one Ishvara, and that is Krishna. And he is the only supreme enjoyer. Even Narayana would like to serve Krishna. He would like to have darshan of Krishna. When Mahavishnu, he came as Advaitacharya, he was anchoring for service. He was worshipping Salagram. He was singing the glories of the Lord. He was singing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also singing in the understanding the mood of Srimati Radharani. But Krishna himself, as he is a Shyama Sundara, is the supreme enjoyer, and his Krishna is one without a second. Krishna is the one supreme personality of Godhead. So everything and everyone is the manifestation of his energy, and thus he is present everywhere by his energy. Sarvam Kalvitam Brahman. Everywhere there is the light. You see the blue color on the sky. In Bhagavatam, it is described how the sky is blue. Not there is a reflection of ocean. Some nonsense is going on in the name of science. We should be very, very careful. We should be very careful. So this blue color, which I have highlighted, you see the highlight in this Bhagavatam verse? Where from this blue color come? So this color is mentioned as the reflection of his bodily luster. So it is Brahman. Mahavishnu is lying down, a very big Virat Rupa, not Virat Rupa. Mahavishnu himself is lying down, and his bodily features so beautiful and darkish blue. And from that comes a reflection. So when any bodily reflection coming out of the Supreme Lord is absolute, and that is this sky color. So where from the color of sky comes is from Krishna. Where from the ocean gets its color is also from Krishna. That's also mentioned. Wow, how the ocean gets waves. Waves, how they get the waves. Is the Varahadev, there was no wave. It is a stagnant water only. But when Varahadev came, he went under the water and he shook his body. You know, when an animal is wet, the animal will shake it like quickly, like this. So it shook the body, not it. He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is very beautiful when he appears in any form. So when he came as Varahadev, he shook his body after the killing of Hiranyakshaka and pastime is over. Then he is supposed to leave. Then that shaking shook the entire water, any in the ocean water. All the ocean water started shaking, and it is finished shaking. Actually, there were very, very big waves. All those are finished, and now only some little water is shaking, like little water. And that shaking will slow down for years together, and then it will stop. Millions of thousands of years together. It is not that. So the scientist doesn't know. My previous generation saw the ocean has waves. So permanently they declare the ocean has waves. And they don't know the reason why the ocean is having waves. So there is nothing without Krishna actually. There is nothing. And if you see anything without Krishna, then it is called illusion. Illusion means what? Illusion means believing something which is not existing. So what is not existing? Non-existing of Krishna is not existing. Non-existence of Krishna is not existing. That is illusion. If you see any place, anything without Krishna, as Krishna's hands, when we go through Bhagavatam, we'll see the complete creation. Everywhere there is Krishna's hands. There is some relationship. Keep on happening. Even every atom, Lord is there. Only we cannot see. We are in the forgetful state. That Maya has put us in this illusory state. But by hearing, we'll start seeing. By the mercy of Antaranga Shakti. Mama Maya Duratyaya Mami Vaishyasi Sat. So when what we see, the Maya external energy illusion is very difficult to overcome. But by my mercy, we can overcome. What is that? Daivim Prakritim Ashrita, taking shelter of the Daivi Prakriti. So Daivim Prakriti is Srimati Radharani, internal energy. We are having Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Acharya Parampara are all empowered by Antaranga Shakti. So they are all. So everything and everyone is the manifestation of energy. So we should not misunderstand this to be Brahman or something. It's very, very dangerous that we read only the purport or Sanskrit sloka. Some people, Mayavadis, they give Mayavadi interpretation to everything. Because when we say that Krishna is Kaivalya, means Anadir Adi Govinda, Anadi Govinda. So that means they will say that nothing except himself. So I am also Krishna and he is also Krishna, Andaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, everything is Krishna. So no, Shakti is different from Shaktiman. Shakti, but in absolute world, there is no separate material. Even Krishna is playing a flute, it is a personality. Krishna is having an umbrella, it's a personality. Krishna is having a pillow, it's a personality. His bed is a personality. Everything is spiritual in nature, spirit souls. Take up those forms in order to serve Krishna in various rasa. Jada, this Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, Madhurya rasa. So various Shanta rasa, the umbrella or this thing, seat, and these are all Shanta rasa. They cannot reciprocate, but they are serving continuously. They are all personalities. They can speak, they can bend themselves, they can adjust themselves, they can move. All these are possible for service of Krishna in spiritual world. So everything and everyone is the manifestation of his energy. And that, even though we look like we are personalities, but is energy or personality? This is the difference between spiritual and material. Antimatter. Antimatter's law will be different from matter law will be. Just because we are entangled inside this material world, we calculate by this material calculation everything. We pull down the spiritual into material. How it is possible by Krishna? How? Many how question will come. And there will be an explanation. No, it is possible by Krishna because he is absolute. Here, one word Bhishma Dev is saying is absolute. So he is non-different from his energy because energy is coming from the energetic. So the sun is identified. The sun is identified with every inch of sun rays and every molecular particle of the rays. So when light comes into your house, light is available inside your room. Right now, you look around you, there is light. You always say it's sunlight. You don't say that individual, it's an individual. No, the sun it's always connected. It's a ray of sun. The sun is identified with every inch of the sun rays and every molecular particle of the rays. Similarly, the Lord distribute the example, best example Prabhupada is giving here. So when you are inside a closed room with a window, you may not directly see the sun, but the sunlight will be there. That doesn't mean that the light is independent. It is coming from the sun. Insofar your window has a glass, it will be there. When you're hiding it, when you're closing it, then it won't. Penetrating and coming, there is some place. The Lord is distributed by his different energies, same like that. So he is Paramatma, or the super soul, present in everyone as supreme guidance, and therefore he is already the supreme guidance. Therefore, he is already the chariot driver and counsel of all living beings, not just Arjuna, baby, not just Arjuna. Oh, Arjuna was there, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. Of course, the Bhagavad Gita is applicable to us also because we have this body is described as a chariot in Bhagavad Gita, that the senses are, it is only analogy, the senses are 5 horses. And then this body, we have a mind, is like a rope, and the intelligence is the driver. And then the owner, the person who is driving is sitting, owner is sitting as the passenger. And the control must be under the passenger, where whatever passenger says, the driver should drive the intelligence. Like this, it is given. But here, there is Paramatma. He is super soul, present in everybody as supreme guidance. So, apart from the owner who is sitting in the chariot, two birds are sitting in the same tree. One bird is enjoying the fruit. This is also given as an example in Bhagavad Gita. So, the Lord is sitting just next to us. Hrideshu Arjuna Tishtati. Yantra Rudani Maya. This full is Yantra. But where am I situated? Hrideshu Arjuna Tishtati. My dear Arjuna, I am situated in everyone's heart. So who is the chariot driver? He can, if you listen to him by his guidance, then the chariot, the owner instructs the driver, and the driver is holding the rope, and the rope is connected with the horses. Then the chariot will go in control. So how will I listen to my Paramatma? Very simple. The Paramatma internally has been there with us for millions of lifetimes, and we have never listened to him. So how in this lifetime I will listen? So Krishna is sending the Paramatma externally as a spiritual master. Paramatma is appearing, is completely like Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Sastrair. All the Sastra is telling the spiritual master is Sakshat Hari. Every day we are singing Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Sastrair. So, which actually means you are Sakshat Hari. Spiritual master, my dear Guru Maharaj, you are Sakshat Hari. So we have that chariot driver, that person, that personality Paramatma is appearing in front of us in the form of spiritual master. That is why we are getting attracted. That is why when he is telling something, we are taking it seriously and executing it. We are getting a convincement. Sometime we wonder why only when Guru Maharaj says we are taking it seriously. Why we are getting attracted? So this is, what is that? Andaranga Guru. That is called, Paramatma's another name is Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru. So the external Guru is the manifestation of Chaitya Guru. But we never listen to him internally. So he's coming externally and he's practically performing and he's showing us, he's empowered Shakti Avesh. Even like Kapila and all Parasurama, Parasurama, all these are empowered incarnations. But still we are calling them incarnations. Same way, and the Shastra is telling that Krishna, Supreme Lord, is empowering the pure devotee, spiritual master. That is why all the living beings, without any manipulation, they are getting attracted. Because they are eternally connected with the Supreme Lord. So then he teaches. So Bhagavad Gita you read, then also you get taught. Because as Paramatma is sitting, so when we are starting Bhagavatam, we are saying Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 3 times we are offering obeisances to the Vasudeva in the heart, so that he will reveal us the truth of Bhagavatam to us. So we are connecting with the Supreme Lord when we say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The Lord in the heart is getting connected. This Dhruva Maharaj, he chanted. Then, of course, Narada Muni, he chanted the mantra which is given by Bhaktivedantas. Then the Lord appeared in front of him from his own heart. So in our heart and in every atom, the Lord is there. We should be conscious. This is called Krishna conscious. They are saying, no, awareness program, AIDS awareness program, this awareness program. From awareness, Corona awareness program. You be aware that it is Corona is present everywhere and this and that. But actually, the awareness program has to be there, that the Supreme Lord as Paramatma is existing in all of our heart. And his supreme guidance is the chariot driver and counsel of all living beings. He is coming to Arjuna. He therefore exhibits himself as the chariot driver of Arjuna. There is no change in his exalted position. So he is a guide. Chariot driver actually means guide. Guide. This material world also is like a originally Kurukshetra war happened, originally Krishna came, originally Arjuna was there. It's part of the history. We should not think it to be an analogy. Very, very important. At the same time, we also should understand the Lord is also seated within our heart. If we are saying that Sishyasteham Sadham Tvam Prapannam, my dear Lord, I am your Sishya, I am so foolish, I am confused and bewildered. Please guide me, Prabhu. I don't know what to do. And then he certainly guides, provided you have taken shelter and initiation from a pure devotee spiritual master. Initiation is the qualification of your identity card. Initiate means begin. It is not the end. People think initiation is the end. Initial means in English, initiate means what? Initial means what? Starting. Your spiritual life, original spiritual life will begin by Harinam initiation, first initiation. Only, that is called first initiation. Spiritual life is getting initiated first. Till then, Krishna doesn't know you. How much ever you froth in your mouth and chant Hare Krishna, you do any dramatic Krishna conscious activities, if you are not initiated by a bona fide spiritual master authoritatively, then you don't have your identity card or recognition. If you have taken shelter, then we can say you are in the probationary period. Not permanent. You are in the probationary period. So once we take initiation, first initiation, and take complete shelter of Guru by following his instruction of following 4 regulative principles, chanting Hare Krishna, reading the books, and staying connected with Krishna consciousness and Guru Maharaj. In this way, in various devotional service, getting interested, and now and then different services, varieties. In that time, then Lord becomes the chariot driver. Lord becomes already his chariot driver, but we have accepted him as chariot driver, and he'll start guiding. Otherwise, mental speculative, why you're going to temple? God is already in your heart. I am connected, always he is in my heart. This information they get to know. And they think that they will be connected. There he is not connected. Millions of lifetimes you are not connected. How you will be connected now? Unless Guru Maharaj recommends, the connection is not there, you won't get guidance. Of course, you will see, sometimes you will see is saving you, is saving all the living entities. Some dangerous situation in your life, you are not a devotee, but still Paramatma saved you because he is Suhurdam. He is Suhurdam, Sarva Bhutanam. So a basic maintenance will be done. He has taken up the maintenance. Basic maintenance will be done. But a special guidance with great love and affection with the interchange, only when you exchange love and affection to him, then you will get love and affection from him. Otherwise, he is simply duty bound. He will provide and protect. He is the provider and protector of all the living entities. We saw Kaivalya. He is present everywhere, and he is also, we saw that he is non-partial. So it is the power of devotional service only that demonstrates him as the chariot driver of the messenger. So even though there is Paramatma in everybody's heart, whether he is going to be your chariot driver or not, where he will give you advice. He is of course situated in the chariot as a driver with the intelligence. Among with the intelligence he functions. Intelligence also mentioned as driver, and Supreme Lord is sitting along with us in the spirit soul's heart, or next to him. He is the prananath of even the spirit soul. He is sitting next to us, and he can give guidance in no time. Why Paramatma is not guiding? Why Paramatma is not guiding? Very simple answer is given by Prabhupada. It is the power of devotional service. It is the power of devotional service only demonstrates him to be the chariot driver. So what is the definition of Prabhupada? You say that, Mataji, here it is written devotional service. Why you are telling Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj? Go and read Nectar of Devotion. In Nectar of Devotion, devotional service is described. Definition of devotional service is given, and the 64 angas of bhakti are given. And in 64 angas of bhakti, which is devotional service, the first 10 describes the first point, accepting a spiritual master, submissively serving him, taking instructions from him. Like first 10 itself, the first 3 is this. So that means you didn't understand devotional service because you are envious of the spiritual master. You doesn't want to approach a spiritual master, but you want to perform like Ekalaiva, you want to perform devotional service. How will Paramatma be pleased? You are not ready to recognize a pure devotee of him and very dear to him. And Paramatma himself has expanded inside him as a Shakti Avesh. In that time, why you cannot accept him? Still reject him? That is your envy within the heart, core of the heart. The enviousness of Krishna is so deep that you're not able to recognize a pure devotee spiritual master who is surrendered to his own Guru, accepting all his instruction and living only for that reason and executing, and he is empowered that people are following him. And why somebody has to be envy of him? If somebody is envious of him, he is envious of Krishna directly. So this is devotional service. Understand devotional service in a scientific way by the books of Prabhupada, not by your own definition. You read Sanskrit and you listen, bhakti is devotion, bhakti is devotion. Sorry, Prabhupada didn't say bhakti is devotion. Prabhupada said bhakti is devotional service. Then there is a service involved, and the definition, everything is given by Rupa Goswami, and Prabhupada has translated. Why you are reading only Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita? Why can't you go and read Nectar of Devotion and understand? No, Bhakti Shastri, you do, or you read yourself. Oh, I have read all the books of Prabhupada. No book you have read. When there is a when somebody speaks, we understand. He has not read Prabhupada books, he is simply arguing. Is there any meaning in talking to that person? Because he is envious of Krishna, the enviousness is coming out in the name of argument. So we understand he is not reading Srila Prabhupada's books, he has not understood it properly. So it is the power of devotional service, and the definition of devotional service is given, and 64 angas of bhakti is given in Nectar of Devotion. So he is a messenger for us. By devotional service, he will guide us. So wherever we are, we can go fearlessly everywhere. That is why devotee is fearless. Utsaha, Nishtaya, Dairya. So where from the Dairya is coming? Hiranyakashipu's kingdom also Prahlad Maharaj saw, because his Guru Maharaj told him that Lord is there everywhere. So in the pillar also Lord is there. Here also everywhere my Lord is there, no problem. So my dear father, you also worship him. He is omnipresent. No, show me, where is he? I cannot see him. Show me. He is there everywhere, every atom is present. Oh, in this pillar, random pillar. Yeah, he's there. In this pillar, suddenly he broke the pillar. And Lord showed, yes, I am there. Came Narsingadev. Narsingadev Bhagavan ki jai. So in this way, the Supreme Lord, and this is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee, that they think when I go to Goloka, then I will see Krishna. No, Krishna is conscious of all living entities. Abhijna Swarat. Abhijna means he's conscious of all living. Only we are not conscious of Krishna. So spiritual master is coming and reviving, reminding us. A child already knows how to walk, but it requires a little practice. Then the child will automatically walk. The parents are not teaching step. Take your feet like this, like this. So when you don't look at the baby, suddenly it will get up, suddenly it will start walking by itself without any training. How the animals are walking, babies, they're all walking, they have the walking ability. But a little training, a little support is required. And so spiritual master comes and reminds us of our original position. Since he has nothing to do with the material conception of life, Krishna doesn't have anything to material conception. So he doesn't discriminate based on body. Oh, very beautiful devotee wearing very nice tilak, then I'll be favorable to him. He speaks smoothly and softly. The other devotee's voice is not very good. She's not singing very sweetly. So I will not listen to her song. This is what Krishna will see, the bodily differentiation, which materialistic, foolish people see. Do you think Krishna will see this? Since he has nothing to do with the material conception of life, because he is absolute spiritual identity, there is for him no superior or inferior action. No superior or inferior action. Mataji, you sing so sweetly, you only sing, your voice is not good, you don't sing. Krishna accepts. Krishna accepts. He has nothing to do with material conception of life, where you as a devotee identifying yourself as a body is a failure product of Bhagavad Gita, where second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you failed. Where the bodily identification should be ignored. And if you take Nectar of Instruction, there is a 6th verse, very, very wonderful verse. A devotee should not be identified with their bodily features or bodily characteristics. Simply speaking in casual terms, that's okay. Okay, that you have a girl baby, he has 2 sons and 1 daughter. We are singing, speaking regular, normal. But actually, in spiritual realm, in spiritual concept, we should simply see them as devotees. Superior or inferior action is not there. Being the absolute personality of Godhead, he has no false ego and he does not identify himself with anything different from him. So Krishna has more different consciousness, his Supreme Lord. And so first of all, he has no false ego. He's not in bodily concept because the energy is completely under his control. External energy, internal energy, marginal energy, everything is under his control, directly or indirectly. Marginal energy, directly or indirectly under his control. So the material conception of ego is equibalanced in him. So Lord doesn't have false ego. So understand false ego. False ego is not being proud. If somebody is proud, you can say, okay, he is proud. The word proud is okay. He has got so much false ego. What false ego? You are misunderstanding. You didn't read Prabhupada's book. That much I know. You may be distributing Prabhupada's book, but you didn't read his book. Because you don't have value. For example, I'm selling some product. I'm selling a soap. But I'm not using that brand. I'm using some other brand. Because I don't like that soap. But in marketing, I'll speak so many glorious words about that soap. In marketing a soap, I'll speak so much about the soap. But personally, I'll not use it. Which actually means I really don't have the value for which I'm marketing. So if you're distributing Prabhupada books, you should read Prabhupada books. You don't read Srila Prabhupada books, but you're distributing only the books. Distribute. That means you don't have faith on that particular thing, but why you're marketing it? How that it will have effect? So you cannot preach. Of course, the book will go in the person's hand. And when the book goes in the person's hand, he opens and then Prabhupada will help. So you're involved in a little service, that is true. But personally, it's like a milestone. Like a milestone will keep on be showing the way. But you should be a traveler too, like GPS. Why you have to be a milestone? Milestone is the older version. The latest version is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he is teaching us how to be a GPS, where we may also be traveling. At the same time, we'll be showing live location. And we'll also be showing the way to reach the destination in this way. So Krishna, he does not feel therefore inferior by becoming the chariot driver of the pure devotee. We see that pure devotee is being guided and he is being given everything what is required for performing his service. The pure devotee performs devotional service, especially to his spiritual master's instructions, he will fulfill. And we see that he is continuously being guided. And the Supreme Lord is the chariot driver in his chariot. And all information comes before it is happening in the world. Before even it happens in the world, the information is given. But who is giving? Who is giving? Like Hiranyakashipu was searching, how he is getting the Shakti. I will also get it. No, you won't get. You won't get. By the blessing of his spiritual master, he has got it. He has pleased his spiritual master. So everything is revealed. Paramatma is so pleased. So, and the spiritual master is Shakti Avesh Avatar. So he is getting. It is the glory of a pure devotee that only he can bring about. So what is the, see, Prabhupada is the perfect purports. How does Prabhupada conclude this? It is the glory of the pure devotee that only he can bring about service from the affectionate Lord. So even the Supreme Lord becomes a chariot driver and he is very, very nicely guiding the pure devotee. So if you are listening to a pure devotee, you are being guided by the Supreme Lord. Make sure, this is I'm concluding it, sorry, 8:30. So I'm concluding, like, if you are, be sure by the statement that chariot driver of a pure devotee. So if you are listening to your spiritual master without any question or argument, if you are taking the pure devotee's words, not calculating based on your own intelligence, you think yourself to be. Sometimes we see they are not even initiated. And the pure devotee spiritual master would have spiritually initiated thousands of disciples and who have sincerely followed the spiritual master, his own spiritual master. For example, Prabhupada. And he would have, take Guru Maharaj for example. He would have, he has served Prabhupada when he was present in this earth. He has taken formal initiation from him. On the order of him, he came to India and he established such a big Mayapur. And also he took all the instructions very seriously and executing. And thousands of people are getting attracted as attractive when Krishna was there here or when Prabhupada was here. The same attraction is they are coming and taking initiation and sincerely practicing. And this proves that he is actually guided. If he is guided, we can see practically stroke. The stroke itself is a leela, where we see that how beautifully that Krishna made him so much empowered for the lockdown. And Guru Maharaj was fully prepared for lockdown, whereas we were not. Nobody was. Any Maharaj, anybody you take, never not prepared. Everybody was bewildered. One person who was out of bewilderment was Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. This proves that Krishna is sitting as chariot driver in the pure devotee's heart and he is guiding him. And he is 100% surrendered and he is acting according to the guidance. And with a foolish little tiny intelligence, you feel very proud. Sometimes I see neophyte devotees commenting. Neophyte is, how is neophyte? Is not even initiated. Initial means begin. His spiritual life is not behind. I don't consider him as a devotee. Sometimes they don't even take shelter. No shelter also, no initiation also, but talking big words. Talking big words and commenting on a pure devotee. And giving a misinterpretation to his activities or words. Oh, he has got the stroke because he has done, and his disciples have done this, some blah, 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 blah. And Guru Maharaj will not say anything. He's very humble. He'll say, okay, if you think so, it is okay. Yes. Now, my dear disciples, follow more nicely. He will somehow, or his followers will always be benefited with spiritual nourishment. He will use everything in the service of Krishna, everything in increasing their spiritual life. So what will happen even by these comments? The devotees, the sincere followers of the spiritual master, sincere disciples and followers, well-wishers, they will get nourished. They will always be given. So the glory of the pure devotee is Krishna even becomes, gives service. Affectionate Lord gives affectionate service to the pure devotee. He doesn't require a leg to walk. He doesn't require a hand to move. He doesn't require. Krishna will provide all these facilities. And the external energy will provide a wheelchair. External energy will provide a marginal energy. Many pure devotees, servants will come and they will hold the chariot for that pure devotee. They will be taking him around. He need not even move his fingers. Just by his glance, just by his speech. So many people will become, thousands of people will become devotees. This is the proof. One should never be envious of such a pure devotee. It is very dangerous for one's spiritual life. So one should accept and recognize and become the object of mercy from that pure devotee. So one should wake up. How long one will be envious of Krishna? The envious of Krishna is very deeply exhibited if we envy that kind of pure devotee who doesn't have any other reason to live other than executing his spiritual master's order, despite very bad bodily conditions. Very bad bodily condition. Despite that one reason. So we should be very careful how we are handling. At the same time, we should really develop love and affection and for Guru Maharaj, and never ever question his instructions. We should simply follow happily. Like a very small child, whenever parents say, it will simply do that and it will be happy. So it is not very hard. If the child thinks too intelligent and walks out of the house, I will not live myself, and it goes, then it is a calamity. So that is the difference. Okay, thank you very much. Hari Bol. Rajeshwara Prabhu, want to add anything?
Yeah, I have just one very wonderful explanation. I just want to add only one term in this entire purport, which is very important. So here is the term. And we see that he is Paramatma, or the super soul present in everyone as the supreme guidance, and therefore he is already the chariot driver and the counsel of all living beings. So this point is very important, that a fallen conditioned soul cannot counsel. They cannot be a counselor. Guru Maharaj has not accepted any counseling system. Guiding is different from counseling and mentoring. This mentorship and counseling. A conditioned soul cannot counsel because it is equal to blind man leading a blind. Okay. So just because this blind man has long experience being blind, the new blind person may accept him as leader. But the blind is blind at all times. That need to be understood. So the counselor is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the perfect representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Guru Maharaj is the counselor. We all can guide being a via media or a link to Guru Maharaj. If anyone understands this concept very clearly and in that spirit he accepts Guru Maharaj's teachings and follow, he will be 100% successful in his life. Thank you very much. Any question, comments, or realization? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for your association. So we'll wind up and start again congregation chanting at 5 o'clock sharp tomorrow morning, followed by Srimad Bhagavatam class. Sorry. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Patita Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha namo namah. Jai Sri Bhagavad Satsang ki jai.